Welcome to All Gems No Crumbs, where the vibes are high and the tips hit every time. I'm your host, Ikaneisha J, entrepreneur, millennial mama, wife, and your go-to for real talk on building your brand, protecting your peace, and living your softest life yet. Each week, I'm dropping gems to help you level up in business, mindset, self-care, and everything in between without the fluff, pressure, or burnout. No crumbs, just gems. Let's get into it. Hey, 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 jewelers. It's me, Ikaneisha, and welcome back to another episode of All Gems No Crumbs. And I am here to drop some serious knowledge bombs today that'll have your businesses sparkling brighter than a flawless diamond, okay? So, this episode, we're not just talking about marketing, all right? We're talking about marketing genius. We're talking about something that literally gets my marketing heart racing, no pun intended, for real, for real. Me saying no pun intended, you'll understand in a minute. Now, if you know me, you know I am obsessed with marketing. Like, I'm the kind of person who will stay up all night dissecting a Super Bowl commercial, like, just to figure out the psychology behind it. I live for a brilliant, creative campaign that leaves you saying, dang, why didn't I think of that? Or even, how did they do that? And there is one brand, one iconic, game changing beast of a brand that I have studied for years, or, well, years ago, rather. And that I want to talk about today is Red Bull. Now, here's the funny part. A lot of you already know me as well, know that I love Red Bull. And I still shed a little tear about this sometimes because the girl can't drink it anymore. Yes, I have a heart condition, and that heart condition said, nah, sis, you can't. So I had to put it down. I had to let my wings go. But let me tell you, just because I can't sip on it no more doesn't mean I can't stop admiring their hustle and talking about it. So, Red Bull's marketing, honey, is a whole different kind of energy that every entrepreneur, every single one of you jewelers needs to tap into. So, today we aren't just skimming the surface, we're going to dive deep into Red Bull's early marketing playbook because I don't think a lot of small business owners really know how Red Bull started and how iconic their early marketing is in the business world. So we're going to break down not just what they did, but how they did it. And more importantly, how you, with your, brilliant ideas and your unique sparkle, can adapt these multi-million dollar strategies into your own small business. And even if your budget is looking more like loose change under the sofa cushions, it doesn't matter. It's all right. So we're going to get into it, jewelers. Okay. So let's set the scene. Picture this. It's the late 1980s. I am an 80s baby, by the way. I was born in 1987. Late 80s, early 90s, and Red Bull, this strange, exotic European drink, is trying to break into the American market. They don't have no Beyonce money for commercials, no Super Bowl slots, none of that. So what did they do? They go straight to the streets. Literally. They took empty cans of Red Bull. Yes, you heard me, empty cans. And they strategically placed them everywhere. We're talking outside popular nightclubs, on top of trash cans in trendy neighborhoods, scattered around college campuses, next to the school, what do you call them? The cool skate parks. They made it look like people were just leaving them there after a wild night or an epic session or something like that. So now pause. I want you to think about that for a second. This wasn't an ad saying, go out and drink Red Bull. This was a silent whisper, a visual question mark. And what happened was people started looking. They started talking like, yo, you seen them little skinny cans everywhere? Like, what is that? What is Red Bull? Everybody drinking it, I guess. And that was curiosity. And curiosity is a powerful motivator. It's like when you see somebody walking down the street with a bomb outfit on. Well, actually, something like that just happened for me today. I literally got out of my car at Walmart and someone wanted to know where I got my handbag from, my crossbody, and I let them know it was a birthday gift from my husband. But just so happened that my mom bought me the same bag for my birthday, but now she's selling it because my husband gave me mine first. So I was able to sell that bag of my mom's because a lady wanted the bag that I had on my body today. So again, Red Bull tapped into that innate human desire to be in the know, to not be left out. And so this was genius, and I'm going to tell you why. It created organic buzz. It didn't feel like advertising because actually it wasn't. It felt like a discovery, and people trust discoveries from their peers more than they trust ads. People don't want to be sold to. It also leveraged social proof, but it did it silently. And if you see empty cans everywhere, your brain is going to automatically think, oh, people must be using this or drinking this, and it must be popular. It's like seeing a line out the door at a restaurant, and you just automatically assume that that the food is fire. And then also, this was cheap. Like, empty cans cost next to nothing, and the labor was probably just some kids or whomever getting paid in free Red Bull, which is kind of ironic. And it was high impact, low budget. So that's genius as well. So I'm sure you're wondering, like, how can you do this? How can you pull off this kind of subtle, powerful magic? So the first thing you could do something called the Tease and Intrigue campaign. So before your next product launch or a new service or something else that you have that's new, it doesn't even have to be new. It could just be a big sale or something. Don't just drop it all at once. I want you to drip feed it. So on social media, you could post like cryptic messages like something sparkling is coming or we're about to drop a gem you ain't ready for or something like that. And then you're going to use countdowns with a mysterious image. Don't reveal everything up front. Make your audience beg for more or leave them wanting more. You could also do email whispers. I do this. Send out an email with just a single intriguing image and a question mark. And it could also have, or it could have a short suspenseful sentence like get ready to elevate or something. You could also do physical hints. So, like if you sell physical products, you can include a small branded coming soon card in your current colors. I'm sorry, not your colors, current orders that hint at the new item that's coming out or new collection coming out without giving it all away. Like a tiny silhouette of your new food product, if you're someone that does food, or a blurred image of your upcoming book cover, something. The second thing I want you to do is strategic product placement, but you can do it your way. Okay. So you could do local collaborations, partner with like a local coffee shop, a boutique, a hair salon, doctor's office, doesn't even matter. Can you like display a single intriguing sample of your product or a small branded QR code for your digital service with your brand name, no prices, just a little card saying curiosity is a gem. Something like that. You got to create curiosity. Now, if you're someone who does pop-up shops, market booths, vendor booths, all this sort of thing, instead of just selling, have one display dedicated to a new exclusive item or a tease service under a velvet cloth or some kind of cloth. And then just have a sign saying unveiling soon. And then you're just going to be building anticipation and people are going to want to give you their email address because we gotta get the email address and they want to know what's coming out. You could also do a gift drop strategy. I did this several times. You can identify local influencers, community leaders, or even just really stylish people or influential people in your area. And you can discreetly gift them one of your products. Now, if you're someone who's been following me for a while, I talked about this in a small video on Instagram a long time ago. So you're going to gift them one of your products. You can offer a free trial of your service, whatever it is that you do. Encourage them to use it, but don't explicitly ask them to promote it. Okay, that's where that comes in. That's how I was able to get a lot of influencers to promote my stuff for free. I didn't ask them, they just did it. And you're going to let people see them wearing or using your product or benefiting from your service, and they're going to wonder, where did they get that from? You can also do something called micro mysteries in your content. So, like, not everything needs to be an obvious sales pitch. So, you could do, like, behind the scenes snippets. Everybody loves those. Just show just a hint of your creative process, though, without revealing the final product. You could do a close up of a new ingredient if you're someone who cooks. So I know I have people who do like treats and cakes and such. And you could do a blurred screenshot of your digital course online, something like that if you're someone who's doing digital products. You could also do ambiguous captions. So, like, you could post a beautiful image of something related to your brand's aesthetic. And then with the caption is going to spark thought, but it doesn't give all the answers. So, it could be like, what stories do you wish to empower? Instead of saying, buy my new coaching package, right? So, the bottom line is, I want you to think about creating a craving for knowledge. Ask yourself, how can I make my audience wonder, speculate, and talk about my brand before I even open my mouth to sell anything? It's about being so slick and so subtle that they don't even realize they're being marketed to. They just think they discovered something cool. And that's what the Red Bull empty can strategy was. Okay? All right. So let's move on to strategy number 2 that I want to talk about. And this one is very profound and like it'll change how you see your business. Red Bull never, ever, ever, ever sold an energy drink. Period. Until they started the whole give you wings thing. But like they didn't really come out and say this liquid will make you bounce. This liquid was just, they didn't do any of that. They said this liquid is what daring, adventurous, boundary pushing people drink. The bad bees drink it. Like think about it. If you watch like Real Housewife shows or a lot of reality shows, if the people are not drinking water, and you know what brand of water, we're probably going to talk about another episode too, because it's my favorite water and the only water I drink. If you don't know what water I'm talking about, something's wrong. You are under a rock. But you see them drinking Red Bull. Okay? Like, they sold an identity. They sold a lifestyle. And think about it. When you saw back then, when it was like super popular, like I started drinking Red Bull in 6. Was it 6? Yeah, I think it was like 2006 when I was in college. Because I remember the very first time I drank some, they used to have representatives on campus. Well, different college campuses, and mine included. And I got one for free. And I was on my way to basketball practice not too soon after. And my teammate who was with me was like, I don't think you should drink that. She was like, you're already hype as it is. You don't need no energy drink. And I was like, I'm just going to try it. Child, I was everywhere in practice. I was bouncing off the walls. Coach was like, what in the world? And my homegirl, Kiki, was like, she had one of them Red Bull things. But yeah, I mean, it worked. So, anywho, those commercials back then, it was never just a shot of a can. Like, it was like a dude jumping out of a space capsule, snowboarders doing stuff, Formula One and race car drivers screaming around on the track. You know, it was always that. It was like extreme sports back then, crazy stunts, people pushing the limits, breaking records, achieving the impossible. So basically, Red Bull was saying, if you're a bad mother, shut your mouth. If you live on the edge, if you ain't afraid to fly, then this is your fuel. They associated their drink with aspiration, peak performance, extraordinary people. And people didn't want the drink for the caffeine, because I know I didn't. I didn't need it. I wanted to try it because I saw other people were talking about it. And they want basically the people that, they wanted it. They wanted to be the kind of person who drank Red Bull. And that's powerful. That's how you build a movement, not just a customer base. So this is where you can truly shine. You're not just selling products or services, you're selling transformation, how your coaching helps someone achieve their goals, or how your digital product simplifies their life. You're selling the experience, the joy of savoring your whatever food product, or the ease of using your beautifully designed clothing or something. You're selling empowerment, which is like the feeling of confidence that your content instills, or the control your service gives back to your clients. You're also selling aspiration, what life looks like when someone is using what you offer, whether it's more time, more joy, more success, or simply a better feeling. And you're also selling the connection, the sense of belonging that your brand should foster, or the community built around your values. So, how can you apply this type of lifestyle branding, because that's what this basically is, to your business? First thing you got to do, and we talk about this all the time. I know you're going to be so sick and tired of me saying this, but we're going to talk about that audience. You need to define your brand's vibe and your ideal customers' aspirations. Who is your ideal customer really trying to be? Are they the time saving, efficient type, the creatively expressive type, the wellness focused and mindful type, the growth oriented entrepreneur type, whatever. Don't just say it's people who need X. That is too broad. You need to break it down some more. You got to get granular. What emotions do you want to evoke? Do your products or services make people feel organized, inspired, peaceful, powerful, joyful? Figure that out. So, an example could be like if your brand sells productivity software, your lifestyle content should show people enjoying more free time, less stress, achieving big goals with ease. It's about freedom and accomplishment, not just the features. If you sell gourmet sauces, it's about elevated dining experiences, the joy in cooking and bringing people together, not just the ingredients. Think about some commercials that you've seen. There are some commercials that come out that have nothing to do with the product, that don't make sense. For example, fragrance commercials. Think about the Chanel fragrance commercials, or the what's the one that my husband wears that I buy for him? I love Sauvage Dior, and with Johnny Depp with those animals around. They don't have nothing to do with no cologne, nothing to do with it, but it works. You know what I'm saying? So the next thing I want you to do, consistent storytelling. I talk about this all the time as well. You have to show, don't tell. Okay? Your visuals are key. Your social media, your website, your marketing materials. They shouldn't just show your product or service. And that's something I used to tell people all the time when I would do audits or help people during one-on-one sessions. Like, it can't just be that. They should show your product or service in context of the lifestyle. So instead of just a screenshot of your digital course, for example, because that's a big thing right now, show someone looking focused and inspired while learning from it. Instead of just a shot of your physical product, show it being used in a real aspirational setting. Okay? You should also have like a narrative beyond the product. So, like your captions, blog posts, if you do those, emails, should all tell stories that resonate with that lifestyle. And if your coaching is about breaking free, then tell stories of clients who broke free from their limitations. You should also be doing UGC or user generated content, or getting that rather, because that's what you get from your customers. So you should be encouraging your customers to send you or tag you in photos, videos of them like using your product, wearing your product, eating your product, whatever it is, benefiting from your services, um, testimony, anything. And this is gold because it is authentic social proof of your lifestyle in action. Okay. And we talked about this a few minutes ago, but we're going to talk about it again. You need to have strategic partnerships and collaborations. And I hate it when people think that it just means influencers. That's not what I mean. And again, I talked about this in a video. I'm probably going to link it so you all can watch it because this is a really short video I did on Instagram. So anywho, I want you to think about micro influencers, like who live your lifestyle. Don't just pick somebody with a huge following. Pick someone whose entire online presence embodies the lifestyle your brand represents. If you offer a service for busy moms, partner with a mom blogger who showcases a balanced, fulfilling life. You could get with local businesses that share your values. So if your food product promotes community dining, collaborate with a local event space or a nonprofit that is organizing some kind of potluck or something. If your digital product that you're selling helps small businesses, partner with a co-working space or a business development group. That is something I'm doing right now. You can also have an ambassador program. If you have been following me for a while, you know I told y'all this is what I did from the very beginning. I was a part of this blogging group, not because I was a blogger, but I was up here. Okay, wait, sorry. It was a beginning bloggers group. So it was ladies who like had just started blogging, just started getting into content creating, that sort of thing. This was back in 2017. So I joined it because I knew I wouldn't have to pay these ladies. Not because I didn't want to, but because I could not. So I figured out, what exactly to say. And, I told my story, how I got started, let them know me, that sort of thing. And I ended up, by the time I think I was in my first month, I had 11 brand ambassadors. I did not know one of them. And I want to say it was one, two, three that I remember weren't even in this country. And I think I had maybe one. Did I have one from my state? No. Excuse me. No, I think I did have one from my state. I don't even. No, I'm almost positive I didn't have one from my state. No. So yeah, that was pretty good. So anywho, but yeah, find. I want you to find. What we talking about? The ambassadors. Find a few loyal customers, like customers you already have, who genuinely embody your brand's lifestyle. And you can just give them like exclusive discounts, exclusive access to certain things in exchange for them organically sharing their experiences. Simple. And give them like, discount code to share with their followers so you can track who's bringing in how many sales. You also need to build a community around your lifestyle. Create spaces for connection. You can host virtual workshops. So, like, master your mornings if your product helps with routine, or if local, small, curated events that align with your lifestyle, like a creative flow meetup if you sell art supplies or content creation tools, something like that. And then also have like exclusive groups because I've seen people do this and it works. So start a private Facebook group or a Discord channel where your customers can share their stories, their tips, connect over shared values, your brand represents, and make them feel like they're part of an exclusive club. And I'm telling you that works because I have seen it in action. So listen, like this isn't about being fake. This is about understanding that people buy with emotion and they buy into stories. And I have been preaching this. And if you haven't already, grab my storytelling bundle. I'm telling y'all, it will really help you. But you're not selling products or services. You should be selling the feeling, the aspiration, the identity that comes with engaging with your offers or products. What kind of person uses your product or benefits from your service? What kind of life do they want to live? Answer that, and you got the key to unlock loyalty. And if you can't figure it out, put that in the chat GPT. Okay? All right. So let's talk about money. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the money. That's strategy number 3. Straight from the Red Bull playbook. Premium pricing. Now, when Red Bull first hit the scene, they were priced significantly higher, like way higher than your average soda, and even higher than most energy drinks. And they're still, I don't know, I haven't really compared their price lately to other energy drinks. Because I mean, a lot of stuff has gone up lately anyway. But anywho, when they first came out, they were premium. And most people thought, oh, that's too expensive. Nobody gonna buy it. And what happened? They became a global phenomenon and they rake in billions. So I'm sure this wasn't just a random decision. This was a strategic move rooted in human psychology. And if y'all, once again, y'all know I love the psychology of things. And I remember I taught a class on this a long time ago, and it was all about pricing. And that was literally the title of the masterclass, all about pricing. Because pricing alone is it's a lot that goes into it, but it's not. But like when you dive deep into it, you understand that there are even different types of pricing. It's like I might have to bring that class back. Anyway, when something costs more, we as humans tend to automatically assume it must be better. I don't know why, but it's just how it is. It must be higher quality. It must be more exclusive. It's like when you see a Gucci bag versus one from Walmart. Like the designer one, it signals status, quality, and often a better, experience. And Red Bull understood that a higher price tag could actually enhance their perceived value and desirability. They weren't trying to be the cheapest, they were trying to be the best and the most effective, the one that gave you wings. You know what I'm saying? And I have stressed this to people for years that you don't need to be having so many sales and discounts and promos. You don't have to be cheap or the cheapest. You don't have to be affordable. Who cares? Okay? Not the person you're really trying to find. So here's a gem for you. When you price your products or services at a premium, you often attract a better type of customer. And I learned this lesson when I started this particular type of business, not the podcasting, but like helping people. Because again, I was trying to be affordable and I knew my worth, but I was attracting people who were always looking for discounts and haggling and all this other stuff. So I'm talking about you will find customers who value quality over cost. They are willing to invest in something truly special. They're least likely to be complaining about the price. These are going to be your loyal customers, the ones who understand your worth and they stick around for the long haul. You don't want customers who are just chasing the lowest price. They'll jump ship quick the moment somebody offers them a cheaper deal, which is what you do not want. You want customers who are chasing value, quality, and that unique sparkle that only you can provide. So, let me tell you, I was just thinking about something. This is not theory, this is real life experience because back in my day with my online boutique, I did exactly this when it came to my prices. I priced my items much, much higher than the average. And it was for two main reasons: perceived value and profit. I already knew about perceived value, and my clothing items were high quality, yes, but the entire experience that I offered reflected that higher price tag. My photos weren't just clear, they were editorial, they reflected luxury. I had so many clients over the years asking me, like, they were confused, like, Ikaneisha, I saw that same jacket on so and so's boutique and so and so's boutique, and I even had it, and we priced it at around $35. But you sold yours at $75, and you said you sold out twice. How did you do that? The secret wasn't the jacket, jewelers. It was the whole package. My customer service was optimal. My packaging and my branding were on point. I was transparent with my customers about the value they were getting. If something was going on, I was letting them know about it. Even aligning with people who had influence and perceived higher power played a tiny part, but it was really about building that full, luxurious experience around the product. Now, here's a crucial part that we got to talk about: the no crumbs left behind moment. I also saw other clients try to copy me. They tried to emulate me. No problem. And they would increase their prices, but they did not do the groundwork. They didn't level up their branding. They didn't level up their social media, their websites, their photos. They didn't reflect that luxury price tag like I did. And guess what happened? It didn't work for them. And then I had to hear complaints. Oh, it's not working for me. I'm not needing it. It's because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. You can't just slap a higher price tag on it and expect magic. The magic happens when the price aligns with the perceived value and the entire brand experience. That's why Chick-fil-A can charge $10, $11 for some chicken nuggets. And I'm not going to pay that at McDonald's or Wendy's. I don't even like Wendy's nuggets. Like, I'm not. But Chick-fil-A has a higher perceived value and brand experience. However, though, they have been falling off a little bit lately, but I don't know if it's just my local one. Y'all let me know what you think. So anywho, how can you jewelers master the art of premium pricing? Let's talk about it. First thing you gotta do is position your brand clearly as premium. You have to communicate your unique value. Why is your product or your service worth more? Is it the extensive research and development you put into your product, the unique ingredients in your food product, the personalized attention in your coaching, the meticulous craftsmanship of your physical good that you created, the ethical sourcing, whatever it is? You got to tell that story loudly and proudly on your website, in your descriptions, on your social media. Don't just say high quality. Show and explain the quality. And what I said earlier, be transparent. Transparency builds trust. Be open about your process, your materials, your methodology, your philosophy, everything. This justifies your pricing and educates your customer on why they're paying a premium price. Anybody who really wants a Hermes bag or a Birkin bag, we know the true process behind it. Now, granted, even though that process is really serious, to me, it still does not equate paying that high ass price tag, but I do understand why it is, premium because of how it is made and the urgency they create behind it and them creating an only, a limited time amount, a limited stock rather. And you can't even like just walk in the store and get a bag. Like you got to be put on a list. Like it's super exclusive. So of course that creates premium pricing. You also should show your process. Do a quick video showing the intricate detail that goes into creating your product, the depth of your coaching services, whatever, and it can instantly elevate its perceived value. I'm telling you. Next thing you need to do, you gotta provide exceptional customer experience from A to Z. Like, not just about the product. This has to be about the entire journey a customer goes through from the moment someone lands on your site to the delivery or onboarding experience. Every single touch point must scream premium. Then there's the website. Is your website clean, professional, easy to navigate, visually stunning? Does it load fast? Does it have high quality visuals of what you offer? All that sort of stuff is non negotiable. Now, if you sell physical products, your packaging, this is big. Don't just shove your little items in a plastic bag, you know what I'm saying, or a little, what do you call it, bags? I forgot. What are they called? Oh my God, I haven't sold stuff in over a year and I forgot what those bags are called. Anywho, you can have like luxurious boxes, branded tissue paper, handwritten thank you notes, and I did those up until the very last day that I closed. I always wrote a handwritten note every single order. Make the unboxing that you give the customer an event, an experience, and this instantly elevates the perceived value because a lot of times we girls will record it and then we'll post it. So if you sell digital products or services or coaching or whatever, you also need to have a really good onboarding/delivery. So is that process seamless? Do you provide clear instructions, a warm welcome, personalized support? Make the initial interaction feel exclusive and valuable. With your customer service, is your communication prompt? Is it quick? Is it polite? Is it personalized? Do you go above and beyond to answer questions, resolve issues, or offer additional guidance? Your premium pricing demands white glove services. That's what you get like 5-star hotels. And then something I think a lot of people don't think about is the after sales care. Like, do you offer ongoing support, exclusive community access, follow up to ensure satisfaction, ask for reviews, ask if everything was all right? This reinforces the value and it builds long term loyalty. You also should avoid, I'm talking about this too, avoid competing on price alone, unless that's your specific, unless you know you are a low cost niche thing, but understand your worth. Many small business owners underestimate their value and are scared to charge what they are truly worth. And I want you to stop that. I've been there. Your unique insights, your time, your skill, your passion, that all has value. I have lost clients because of my price, and guess what? I didn't give a care. Okay? I didn't because I knew I would probably have problems with them in the long run. So you need to focus on the value, not just the cost. Instead of trying to be cheaper than your competitors, focus on demonstrating why what you offer provides more value for the price. It's not about being expensive, it's about being worth it. Okay? I also want you to educate your customers, help them understand that investing in a high quality product, a transformative coaching program, or your digital solution is a different proposition than going for the cheapest option. It's about results, longevity, and meaningful impact. So I also don't want you to think, because I had somebody say this to me a long time ago, like in comments. I don't want you to think that premium pricing is about being greedy. It's not. It's about being confident in what you do, communicating your value effectively, and attracting the customers who truly appreciate what you bring to the table. You put your heart and soul into whatever it is that your business is, and your time should also be reflected in that, and it deserves the same energy. Okay? And I think that's something people don't think about. Like, you have to remember your time should be put into your pricing as well. So let's bring it all back home. All right. We're going to hit the rewind button in a second. And I want to recap real quick. So these are the things that Red Bull, like these are the gems they gave us. So first was the empty can strategy or guerrilla marketing. This is actually what it's really called. It's called guerrilla marketing, which is creating a buzz with mystery and intrigue. Make them wonder what's up with you. Next is the lifestyle branding. Sell identity and aspiration, not just your product or your service. Show your customers the life they could have with your offerings. And then last was the premium pricing. Position your brand clearly for perceived high value and attract customers who respect your worth. And the beautiful thing, the absolute gem in all of this is that you don't need Red Bull's $1 billion budget to pull these off because they didn't have that at first. What you need is creativity, strategic thinking, and courage to implement. And you can scale each of these strategies down. Use your unique voice. Leverage your intimate connection with your audience to create powerful, memorable, and profitable results. It's about working smarter. I tell you this all the time. Stop trying to work so hard. Okay? Just be smart. So y'all already know I cannot let you leave without some actionable steps, some homework. It's going to turn these gems into profits. Okay, I like that. We're going to turn gems into profits. So this week, I want each and every one of you to pick one of these strategies. Excuse me, just one. Don't overwhelm yourself, okay? Just do one. And then I want you to brainstorm specific ways you can apply it to your business this week. So, for guerrilla marketing or the empty can strategy, how can you spark curiosity around your next launch or even a current offering? Can you post a mysterious story on Instagram, send a cryptic email, partner with a friend for a subtle real life placement, something? For lifestyle branding, this is what you choose. What lifestyle does your brand truly represent? How can you show it, not just tell it? Can you create a mood board for your brand? Plan a photo shoot that tells a story, which is something I did. Every single time I had a photo shoot, I planned it out and I figured out a story, what she was doing, what was she, what, everything. There was a story behind it because then it evoked a certain feeling and I will let my models know. You also write a caption that evokes that emotion rather than just describing the product or the service, okay? If you choose premium pricing, which I know probably a lot of y'all are, but could you adjust your pricing to reflect your true value? You got to be honest with this now. And more importantly, how can you communicate that value better to your customers? What aspect of your expertise, your ingredients, your unique process can you highlight? How can you elevate your packaging, your onboarding, and the customer service experience to reflect premium pricing? So think on these, write down your ideas, don't just keep them in your head, and then commit to taking one clear action this week, just one. And that's how you're going to build momentum. That's how we're going to turn these whispers into roars, okay? All right, so that's all the gems I have for you today on how to unleash your inner marketing rebel, marketing beast. And I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know, which of these strategies are you hyped about to try first? What empty can idea popped into your head? Something. DM me on social media, comment something. You know where to find me. I say it all the time. And then plus I'll have it in the show notes. But I love hearing from y'all and seeing you put these strategies into action is going to be awesome. So remember, marketing isn't just about big budgets, flashy campaigns, and all that stuff. It's about creativity and clarity and understanding your audience. And most importantly, it's about courage. You got this. You have the talent, you have the vision, and I want you to now go out there and give them hell. Spread your wings. So, if you love this episode, please, please, please subscribe. If you're listening on YouTube, if you're on Spotify, give me a follow. Share this with your fellow entrepreneur friends or anybody that you know who would need this. Leave a review, please, or a comment or a like or something. Help a sister out, okay? And remember, you can catch me next week with another gem of advice because I'm not going to leave no crumbs.